Give me 1 second, guys. I got the air conditioning on full blast. It's hot. Very, very hot outside. It's October the 3rd and it's 97 degrees outside. I just came back from the range. I'm a little bit dehydrated, but I'll be all right. Definitely be all right. So there's some things I want to talk about in private security, and especially in the state of California. I mean, this regulation does pertain to the state of California, but if you're in another state, I think that you can take some of the material today and probably apply it to your state. Anyhow, I want to talk about home offices, and I'm going to use the topic from this book, The Private Patrol Operator. This is a book that's available on Amazon, and I wrote it, published it in January of 2025. This book will help you pass the California Private Patrol Operator Qualified Manager exam. There is a practice exam in here, and there's a practice test in here. And some of you might be asking, is the state questions on your book or in your book the same as the state questions, right? And the answer is absolutely not. Nobody has access to the state test questions. Nobody has, but I will tell you that this book will help you prepare for the exam. And with all transparency present, people can write negative reviews on this book. They can write as much negative reviews as they want to, and I have no say-so on that. So if you go on Amazon, check for any negative reviews, and you know I don't think there's any for this edition. This is published in 2025. I have another edition that's published in 2018, and there's a few negative things about it. The primary negative thing about it is that it showed up damaged, which I don't have control over. I have no control over the book arriving damaged. This is exclusively sold through Amazon or through Lulu Books. So, The Private Patrol Operator is a book that helps you pass the exam. It helps you understand management concepts in the private security world as it pertains to California. All right, home offices. We're on page 56, chapter 5.0. And I'm going to just summarize what I already wrote in here. Look, you can operate out of a home office. You absolutely can. However, you have to disclose the home office to the BSIS. And what you basically do is you write a letter to them advising them that this is your mailing address, and then this is your home address where you're operating from. The public generally has access to the P.O. Box. However, I think during a public record request or something like that, the public can find out what your home address is. Home addresses are kind of easy to find. A lot of people do want to hold it confidential. For me, I don't really go all out holding my home address confidential. I mean, if you don't like me, I guess come and visit. I mean, come and visit and see what happens to you. But, I mean, for the most part, it's, you know, my home address is people can find it, right? It's not very difficult to find, but once again, if you want trouble, then find me at my home address, and find a lot of other people at their home address. Some people ask about a virtual mailbox or virtual office. You have to disclose what you do over there. So if you run your day-to-day operations out of your virtual office, then you can. However, Most people don't run day-to-day operations out of a virtual office, because if that's the case, it wouldn't even be a virtual office. Think about that. Now, is operating out of a home office a good idea or bad idea? I operated a physical office out of Chino for maybe, I think it was 4 years, 3 years or 4 years. You can show up to my office for private investigations, private security work, for training, whatever it is, and you can meet me in person. But I closed that. I closed that like in 2013-ish, 12-ish. And I found that it just more cost effective, in my opinion, running out of a home office. My revenue, the income that I got, was basically, it's almost more operating out of a home office. And that's because I didn't have the overhead of operating a physical office. Now, you might have a type of business in security work or private investigation work where it only makes sense to have a place to meet your clients, to do the paperwork. I mean, I guess if you have staff, if you got like a human resource department, a secretary, and a whole lot of other resources helping you out, it does make sense to have a physical location, like a physical office. But otherwise, it's totally fine. About half the people that I consult with on a daily basis or a weekly basis, a lot of them operate out of a home office. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. The only problem you're going to get is meeting clients. Are you going to tell your clients to meet you at your house? I mean, I wouldn't. I try to separate business from my home. What's the alternative, right? Alternative is, I guess at a virtual office. I mean, think about that. You can meet at a virtual office. However, your operations has to be disclosed to the BSIs. I mean, it's really difficult to say. As a matter of fact, you can meet your clients somewhere else at a virtual office. But I'm just going to leave it open to you guys. I mean, use common sense. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say whether you can or cannot meet clients at a virtual office or not. But again, I know a lot of people that do that. I don't think it's a huge issue, but there are some nuances which are in this book, The Private Patrol Operator. Guys, I got like 5 copies available, maybe 8, maybe 10, that are available at a reduced discount. If you want to buy one from me, I'll mail you one directly. You don't have to buy it through Amazon, and you will save a pretty good amount of money, maybe even half. TB's here, Doug is here, Rude Boy's here. Welcome, guys. All right, guys, that's all I got. Take care.